Live from downtown Vancouver at the Vancouver Film School campus, it's time for EP Live. Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool, and it is Friday. It's sometime in the middle of September. I don't even know what day it is because I've just been playing games a lot. I've been staying up late every single night. It's that time of year. All kinds of fun things are coming out, and it's incredibly difficult. Woe is me to keep up with all of this awesome. But speaking of awesome, we've got an incredible show for you today. Our friend Rod Ferguson from the Coalition is in the house. Yes! And we are going to have a nice post-mortem conversation, maybe a little bit spoilery, so watch out for that. In a little bit, we're going to talk about the launch of Gears 5, which I am so excited about, especially because it's an incredible game. We're going to get to that in a bit, though. First, we've got the rundown to get to, and this one is dedicated to Eddie Money. Rest in peace for all the incredible tunes that you gave us over the years, passed away today, but also to Death to the Dictators. Loved your TV show back in the day, and you're still doing great reviews, Vic. Thank you very much. This rundown is all yours. You'll soon be able to jump behind the wheel of Mario Kart in real life. Nintendo and Universal Studios have announced that fast rides that are coming to their Super Nintendo World theme park attractions. Speaking with investors, Universal Parks and Resorts Chairman Tom Williams revealed that when the first Nintendo World opens, it will have two rides, one based on Mario Kart and another based on the Yoshi games. The worlds will have other attractions like Nintendo-themed shops, of course, restaurants, and a life-sized interactive version of Peach's Castle. And that's just the first phase, with more rides and attractions coming down the road. The first Super Nintendo World opens in Universal Studios Japan next year. I cannot wait. That's almost like a reason to go to Japan right there. I want to see a real-life Nintendo World. I think this sounds like an incredible idea. Who here has been playing Nintendo games for many, many years and always said, wouldn't that be an amazing theme park? We're finally getting that. It's going to happen, and now it's going to be even more of the theme park wars with what Disney's got going on with Star Wars and Marvel, and Universal's going to double down with Harry Potter and with Nintendo. Great, incredible. All right, now when it comes to the fitness genre, Nintendo wants to put a ring on it. Following a teaser earlier this week, Nintendo has announced Ring Fit Adventure, a new title that aims to combine fitness games and adventure games. Players will explore a fantasy world and battle monsters using a leg strap and the stretchy new Ring-Con band, which Nintendo says will make you break a sweat while playing. There will also be mini games similar to Wii Fit and Wii Sports. Those, incidentally, are two of the biggest selling games of all time, so it's clear why Nintendo wants something similar on the Switch. The new controller peripherals could potentially be used for other Switch games in the future, although they can't be used with the upcoming Switch Lite unless you buy an extra pair of detachable Joy-Con. Ring Fit Adventure arrives next month. My kid and I watched this trailer yesterday, all 7.5 minutes of it. The hosts looked a little bit uncomfortable. They looked like they were super into it as they were stretching and doing all of the exercises and stuff, but the idea seems cool. It seems weird, and it seems like it could be fun. It's clear that Nintendo, recognizes that there was a bit of a backlash after the success of Wii Fit and Wii Sports, that people didn't really kind of serve the gaming market as much back after those types of games. And I think that was the idea here, is that this title actually is a video game, and it has video game adventure elements in it to keep gamers kind of interested in it. Plus, they'll work out a little bit. They'll get a little bit of exercise, which is kind of cool. They stealthily put that in. My kid watched the whole thing like this. She could not believe her eyes. She couldn't. I don't know if anybody has seen this thing, but all kinds of people were exercising and stretching the band, and they were putting the leg strap on, and she, at the end of it, she just wow, that is crazy. I can't believe it. But I think it could potentially be a huge hit, although the Nintendo line has really been to go and chase after gamers with this generation, and less about inclusion and bringing the whole family in and getting grandma to bowl and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I was pleasantly surprised. It's another one of these crazy ideas from Nintendo that actually could make them a fortune. All right. Now, it looks like HBO really doesn't want to give up the Iron Throne. A second Game of Thrones prequel series is in the works. Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter claim that the network has begun work on a new series that will take place about 300 years before the existing show, chronicling the rise of House Targaryen, which was recently explored in the Game of Thrones compendium book, Fire and Blood. Author George R.R. Martin is apparently working closely with HBO on the new series, so expect plenty of lore that expands his already vast fantasy realm. This new prequel show is on top of another Game of Thrones prequel that's already on the way. That one is set thousands of years earlier, and it has already begun filming. Yeah, clearly this franchise has made HBO probably billions of dollars at this point, with all the licensing and all of the the after sales and the Blu-rays and the DVDs. It's an incredible series. I know the last season was controversial. Not everybody liked it. Not everybody liked the way that the showrunners handled everything. The showrunners, I think, were ready to move on to do other things like Star Wars. And so we'll see how the new people and the new cast handles this material. But it's awesome that George R.R. Martin is still so closely involved, I think, much to the chagrin of all the people that wait for him to finish books. But I think it's pretty rad, and hopefully this series will be not only successful, which I think we can kind of all bank on, but also really, really worthwhile, and really, really fun. Kind of like Better Call Saul was to Breaking Bad. Who expected that show to be as good as it is? We'll find out soon. All right, now EA and BioWare, we're going to end on some sad news here, have apparently put the final nail in the coffin on their online game Anthem. Just 6 months after the game's troubled launch, EA has quietly dumped it into their vault of free titles for EA Access subscribers. It's rare for a game this new to become one of the free titles, so it could be EA's way of cutting their losses and leaving the game behind. They had originally hoped Anthem would become a massive hit and be an ongoing service, but several game-breaking bugs and poor reception at launch crippled the game, and it never recovered. For now, EA says there are updates and new DLC drops coming for the game, but it's unclear how long those will last. And, it wasn't just EA and BioWare that wanted it to be a hit. All of us did, too. I don't think there's a person watching this right now. I don't think any of you would ever want anything less than, massive success for BioWare. They've delivered so many fantastic games over the years, and I think all of us were expecting after the last Mass Effect title that this was going to be their turnaround. And sadly, it hasn't been that. So maybe it is best for this door to close and for the studio and for Electronic Arts to kind of look forward and think about what's next. I know a lot of Anthem players out there, a lot of diehards are probably really bummed out because they're still believers and they're still wanting people to get involved in the community. But with news like this, it becomes harder and harder to get excited to do that.